Welcome to Data Fest Africa 2024, day 3. All right, please let's give Ijeoma Onwuka a round of applause as she comes in for a lightning talk.
Hi everyone. Okay, not to exaggerate, but then AI has changed my life. I use AI almost every day. I mean, ChatGPT, I literally sleep there. I use it for my emails, a lot of things actually. And then I'll be talking about how the first slide, yeah. So I'll be talking about how AI insights can strengthen tech community engagement. As we all know, community is like an integral part of tech. So I believe all of us here are in one community or the other. How many of us are in at least one community here? Some people are even in up to 30 or 40 communities on Slack. So, next slide. Okay, my name is Ijeoma Onwuka. I'm community program manager at Scandium Systems and community manager at GDG Lagos and Cyber Ohana project. So today I'll be talking about how AI can help your community engagement efforts, especially some of us here that are community builders, or even if you're not a community builder yet, definitely one day you might want to have a community of data analysts or a community of AI engineers, and that's when AI comes handy because it's a lot to manage people actually. So I'll also be talking about AI tools that you can use for engagement, and then after all these things, what do you do with the findings? What do you do with the data? And that's where data-driven action plan comes in. And then the next one will AI replace community engagement? We're always asking, will AI replace this? Will AI replace that? So we'll also be talking about that. So when it comes to AI and community engagement, these are some of the things AI can do for you. AI and data analysis. You know, when you're managing like a community of about 10,000 people, 50,000 people, it's very, very difficult to know how are people engaging in my community? Are they even talking? And then as a community person, you need to report to your boss to let them know that, okay, I'm actually doing my job. People are engaging, people are talking. And then it's very, very difficult when you're managing a large community to be able to gather all this data. That's where AI comes in. And then another thing is predictive capabilities. With the help of AI, you can definitely predict, okay, my community members they like gist, they like having fun, or they like games, or they like banter. So with AI you can be able to do that, and then you can also be able to figure out the days when your community members are very, very active. It's very important. There's one thing I always tell community managers: you don't need to have your community very active all the time. I mean, your community members are people, right? So there are some days they won't even want to engage. So with AI, you can be able to understand, okay, my community members like engaging on Mondays or Wednesdays or Sundays, and that helps you plan your activities. And then another thing is personalization. These days we are very heavy on diversity, inclusivity when it comes to community. And then I'm very heavy in open source and diversity. So AI helps me with personalization a lot. I get to understand what are some of the things my community members need a lot, and then I work on that as well. And another thing is automation. I am a very lazy person. So I love looking for things that will help me do my job. So if I want to do something, I'll be like, oh, which tool can help me do this now? And that's it. Now we'll talk about some of the tools that you can use. Okay, because this session is 10 minutes, so I'll try to rush so they don't ask me to leave the stage. So number one here is ChatGPT. I use ChatGPT for a lot of things. I use ChatGPT to to draft my engagement strategies. Example of some of the things I want to share in my community, and I believe we all use ChatGPT for a lot of things. Another tool is Common Room and Orbit. With Common Room, you can be able to, let's say you have a community on Slack or Discord. Those two tools can help you gather your data. Who are the people engaging in your community? Who are the most active users in your community? So that if you want to appreciate them for being so active in your community, you'll be able to do that as well. And then we have the Zapier AI integration. I know a lot of us are very familiar with Zapier. It's an automation tool. So you just need to zap it. I can just wake up and say, oh, a lot of people are joining our community today and I need to do onboarding. But then I don't have the strength. I just zap it. Once you join, it sends you a message. Hey, welcome to GDG Lagos, blah, blah, blah. Introduce yourself here, do this, do that. And then we have the Discourse AI plugin and the Intercom AI chatbot. There are some platforms you enter, and then there is a chatbot there telling you how do we help you, this and that. All those are AI integrations. Next slide, please. Okay, so when you've used AI to gather all this data, how do you use it to make decisions? Because at the end of the day, you're gathering data to make decisions. So you first of all, you collect data from engagement tools, from all those tools that you've integrated into your community. You analyze member behavior. How are my community members behaving? What do they like? What do they love to talk about? And how do I try to structure all these things to fit into my findings? Another thing is personalized engagement. Let's say you're managing a community of developers and you notice that a lot of people there are JavaScript devs or they love talking about Python. So that means you have to keep posting things that relates to Python and not Java or C Sharp because you don't have that number of people in your community. And then is implement automated responses. So when you've gathered this data, you know that, okay, a lot of people ask this particular question: how do I get started as a software developer? This is a recurring question, especially for people that are very new in tech. So you can automate that particular response. Once someone asks about it, you're already in their DM, a chatbot actually, not you, replying them, and then you monitor and adapt. As a community person, one thing I always say is be innovative, be experimental. When you are working as a community person, you need to keep trying out new things. You need to keep doubling down. Is this thing working? If it's not working, can I double down or can I change it? Can I switch? That's how data helps you. When you monitor, you adapt or you adjust. So next slide, please. So will AI replace community engagement? Of course not, because in as much as AI can do all of that stuff, it can help you do this, it can help you prepare your slides. I mean, I used AI to prepare the slides, but I'm the one presenting it, not AI. Some of the image I generated was AI. I just say, help me generate this, help me do this, give me an explanation. I don't understand this particular topic. How do I explain it to people so that they understand? It does all those things, but I'm here standing, explaining it, and adding in my own experiences as well to make it much better for you to understand. So AI is not going to replace community engagement, or will it replace when it comes to human interaction? It's just going to aid it. So that's it. Thank you very much.